Hello yogis, nice to see you all again. In this lesson we are going to get into the hips. So the hips for a lot of people are very, very tight. We spend a lot of time sitting, sometimes people are running a lot though as well, which tightens the hamstrings and sometimes a bit of the hip flexors. But when we sit a lot, the hip flexors at the front of our body, so where the quadriceps is and it runs up the inner channel towards where the core is, the hip flexors get shorter and weaker sometimes. So what we need to do to lengthen them back out and strengthen them is to do some hip opening and also some hip flexor strengthening and opening. The hips are really the gateway between the lower body and the upper body. As I mentioned, a lot of sitting creates a lot of tight hips. They say that the hips are also an emotional kind of area for people. It can hold a lot of tension, a lot of emotional residue of things of the past or gripping situations of the past or whatever they might be. So opening up these areas can help release a lot of things. Try it, see what happens. It might work for you, I don't know. Now what we're going to do is start in a child's pose. So when you're ready, take your knees a little wider. Bring the big toes to touch. Extend the arms forwards. This can be a little bit of an active child's pose. Take the forehead towards the mat. Now breathe from the hips all the way through the sides of your torso, all the way up to the neck and the crown of your head. Maybe send the breath through the shoulders, through the arms, through the fingers, and just arrive on your mat. The knees can be as wide as you like. You're trying to lengthen the spine. Just settle, settle, and settle. Remember, the breath is the most important part of your experience, so just let the breath travel in and out of the nose for the whole practice. Just be here for another couple of breaths, letting go of the day or whatever's been happening. Just start fresh in the present, right here and right now. And when you're ready, you'll slowly make your way up into a tabletop position. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, the fingertips gripping the floor, the knuckles grounding, the triceps spinning back towards your knees. Now lift your right knee just a little bit off the earth. Start to draw the right knee in towards the chest. Then send your right knee up and out to the right, back, and then around and down. So you're just doing a big circle with your right knee. Forwards, around to the side, and back, and down. Just lubricating this hip joint a little bit. Keep pressing into the hands, strong arms, circle the knee around. Now we're going to take the knee the other way. Take the knee back, up, out to the right, forwards, down and back, just twice more, up to the side, down and back. Last one. And then all the way back down to 4 points of contact. Now lift your left knee just off the floor a little bit. Bring the left knee forwards. Start to circle the left knee out to the left, back and up, down and around, twice more, forwards, side, up, back, down. Last one. Keep breathing in and out of the nose. And we'll circle it the other way. Take the knee back and up, to the side, forwards and down, back and up. Hip joint mandala, or a hip circle with the knee. Last one. And lower the knee back down. Now when you're ready, curl under the toes, find downward facing dog. Pedal the legs out, move the hips from side to side. Bend and straighten, swivel the hips, maybe move the shoulders and the head as well. Just moving the hips from side to side. When you're ready, find stillness. The feet will be hip distance apart. Press into the hands, drive your hips back, draw the rib cage in, the belly in, wrap the inner arm to the outer arm, or just think triceps move back towards feet. Heels settle down as far as they want to go. Now you're going to keep your feet hip distance apart, and slowly you just walk your feet up towards the back of your wrists. So your feet are now hip distance apart. Come onto the fingertips in the floor, or bring your hands on your shins. You're going to lengthen your spine. Inhale, lift the belly in, and then fold, exhale. Bend your legs as much as you want. Again, halfway lift, inhale, and then fold, exhale. One more time. And fold. Now this time halfway lift and turn your feet out in a big V shape. Your feet are probably a little bit wider than hip distance, or about hip distance. Now bend your legs, take your bum down between your heels for Malasana. Now a lot of people can't bring the heels flat in the floor, so feel free to just be on your toes with the heels lifted. Or you could put a block or rolled up towel underneath your heels if you want. If you can though, eventually feet might go flat. Not a big deal if they don't. You'll bring the hands together in front of your heart. Now press your arms into your inner legs and press your legs into your arms. Now when you're ready to inhale, I want you to broaden through your chest, lift up through the crown. When you're ready to exhale, bow your head towards your heart. Just think of emptying the mind. Inhale, press the arms into the legs, broaden the chest, lift the crown. And then exhale, bow the head, calming the mind. One more time, Malasana pulsation. Inhale, broaden the chest, lift the crown. And then exhale, bow. Take the hands down to the floor, straighten the legs and parallel your feet. Now find your halfway lift, fingertips in the floor, hands on shins. Now slowly step your left foot back, everyone, and bend your right leg generously. Now come into a nice lunge. Lower your left knee, untuck the back toe. Now bring the right hand on the inside of your right hand for now, and you can be on the fingertips or blocks. Lift your chest, slide your shoulders back. Draw the right hip into the center line and feel that you're just getting a bit of a stretch in the right hip and glutes. Maybe the left hip flexor. Now from here, press into the right foot, press into the back foot, start to lift your arms up. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Now I want you to think of lifting the frontal pelvic bones up towards your lower ribs. And I've talked about this action a lot in my other videos, especially the warrior videos. Now use the energy of the arms lifting up to lift your spine up out of the pelvis. I really want you to try to feel a stretch in the top front of your left leg. Now when you're ready to exhale, take the hands down to the floor, curl under your back toe, energize your back leg. Move your shoulders towards your back foot. You can be on the fingertips or blocks. Now send the left foot forwards, hip distance apart from your right. Halfway lift, turn the feet out. Malasana, sit the bum down again. Press the arms into the legs into the arms. Inhale, broaden the chest. Exhale, bow the head to the heart. Again, broaden through the collarbones, expand in the chest, lift the crown, inhale. Bow the head to the heart, exhale. One more time, Malasana pulsation. And then bow, exhale. Take the hands down to the earth. Straighten the legs, parallel the feet, find your halfway lift, hands on shins or fingertips to earth. Then you're going to step the right foot back. Bend your left leg generously. Move your shoulders towards your back foot. And then slowly lower the right knee, untuck the back toe. And you'll notice that my back knee is not directly below the hip. It's a little bit further back, but my front knee is just above the ankle. Press actively into both feet. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left leg. Lift the chest. Firm the left hip into the center line. Just feel that nice deep lunge. Now you're going to press actively down in the feet. Start to engage the core. Lift the arms up. Use the energy of the arms to lift your spine up out of your pelvis. Now remember, the pelvis wants to lift up towards the lower ribs. Try to feel that stretch in the front of your right hip flexor, all down that front channel of the leg. Breathe into it. Use your breath to help open the body. Also staying calm in the postures. Exhale, take the hands down to the floor, curl under the back toe, energize the back leg. Move the shoulders to the back foot. Then step the right foot forwards, hip distance apart. Turn the feet out. Inhale, Malasana, sit the bum down, exhale. One pulsation now, broaden the chest, lift the crown. Exhale, bow, take the hands down to the mat. Straighten the legs, parallel the feet, halfway lift, lengthen. Fold, exhale. Now inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Let the energy lift up the whole body. As you exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart. Samastitihi. Take another breath in just to be calm. Exhale, release the hands down. Bend both legs, chair pose, feet still hip distance for this one. Keep the legs generously bent and lift the arms up. Palms face towards each other, outer arms hug in, pelvis lifts up. Now bring the weight into the left foot. Cross your right ankle on top of your left leg. Try to balance. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Sit a little deeper. Sit deep enough that you feel it in the outer right hip and glute. The right knee's moving down slightly towards the earth. The right foot's flexed. The core is engaged. Rib cage in, shoulders down. Find steadiness. Calm. Slowly come to stand and then lower the foot down. Feet about hip distance. Release your hands. Bend both legs, other side. Raise the arms. Utkatasana, feet hip distance. Pelvis lifted, arms strong. Shift the weight into the right foot. Take the left ankle on top of the right thigh, just above the knees. Keep bent in that right leg. Flex that left foot. Bring the hands in front of the heart. If you need to, just press your left hand down on your left thigh, taking that left knee further towards the earth. Sit a little deeper if you can't feel it. Stay steady. Breathe into the hips. You might feel it in both hips. Draw into the center. Focus. Slowly come to stand. Lower the left foot. Release the hands down. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, dive, take the hands down to the earth. Halfway lift, inhale, turn the feet out in a V. Malasana again, sit the bum down, lubricating the hips. One pulsation, broaden the chest, lift the crown. Bow, exhale, take the hands down. Now straighten the legs, parallel the feet, halfway lift. Everyone step the left foot back, bend your right leg generously. Now you can lower the left knee again, untuck the toe to start. Take your right hand to the inside of your right leg and just press that right knee out to the side a little bit. Now you can either keep the right foot flexed or you can go on the outer edge of the right foot. Just press into the right inner leg, moving that knee slightly out. The left arm is still strong. Think of lifting the chest slightly. If you feel like you've got a little bit more in there, curl under the back toe, straighten the back leg. Just as an option. Now take the right hand down to the floor, ground into the right foot. Everyone straighten the back leg if you haven't already. Walk your hands towards your left foot, ground your left foot. Turn the feet slightly out, bend your left leg and straighten your right. Bend the left leg as best you can. Take the hands into the mat, bend the arms if you can, and hug the arms in like chaturanga. Slowly walk the hands back towards the front. Now step the left foot forwards next to the right, feet hip distance again. Halfway lift, turn the feet out. Malasana, exhale. One pulsation. Broaden the chest, lift the crown, inhale. Bow, exhale, and take the hands down. Straighten the legs, parallel the feet, lengthen the spine. Now step your right foot back, everyone. Bend your left leg generously. Let's lower the right knee, untuck the back toe. Place the right hand down in the floor or block. Take the left hand to the inside of the left leg. Press that leg away from you. You can be a little bit on the blade edge of the left foot, or you can lift the toes. Just breathe into the hip. Try to lift the chest. Notice my right shoulder moving down the back. Keep breathing. Remember, if you wanted a little bit more juice, curl under the back toe, energize the back leg. Breathe into the hip, the glute. Find strength in the arm, lift the chest. Find strength in the back leg. Then take the left hand to the floor, straighten the back leg if you haven't already. Start to walk your hands to your right foot, ground your feet, turn the feet slightly out. Bend your right leg at the back of the mat. Have the arms bent if you can. Think chaturanga in the arms hugging in, shoulders back, chest forwards. Breathe into the inner part of the leg, the adductor muscles lengthening. Breathe. Slowly walk your hands back towards the front. Step the right foot forwards, hip distance apart from the left. Halfway lift, turn the feet out. Malasana, exhale. One pulsation, broaden the chest, lift the crown, and then exhale, bow. Take the hands down. Now straighten the legs, parallel the feet, lengthen the spine. Now step your left foot back, everyone. Bend your right leg again, lower the back knee, untuck the toe. Bring the right hand to the inside of the right leg again. This time, you're going to start going deeper to the floor. If you can, you take your elbows to the floor, or if you've got cushions or blocks, use them. Breathe into where it feels tight, that outer right hip, maybe. It's okay if the right knee moves slightly out, or you could hug it in towards your right shoulder. Now you could decide whether just to marinate here, shoulders back, sternum forwards, or curl under the back toe and energize your back leg. Try not to clench the jaw or let the face get stressed out, or the breath. And from here, lower the back knee if you extended it, straighten the arms. Now, take the right hand to the outside of the right foot, walk your right foot over to the left. Slowly bend your right leg, lower your right hip, and we're also going to bend the left leg. So both legs will be bent in this right angle position. From here, notice that the right hip is very grounded. Flex your feet, inhale, and then maybe fold over the front leg. So you could start on the elbows, then work your way down to resting the forehead on the hands, or stay up if you need to. Now this is like a modification of pigeon pose. Some people will just straighten the back leg straight away. It's okay to straighten the back leg, no problem, only if the right hip can stay grounded. Most of the time when people go to straighten their back leg, the right hip lifts off the floor. So at first we just stay with the double bent leg, I call it the double stag leg, and then you can breathe into your hip. Now from here, walk your hands up. You're going to swing that back leg all the way round over the top of your front leg and put the left foot down flat. Now ground your left hip as best you can in the mat. Hug your left leg with your right arm. Pull the leg in and sit tall. You'll feel that hopefully around the outer left hip somewhere. Move the shoulders down, lift up through the crown. Let's take a few breaths here into that left hip. Now, gently release, step the left foot over to the left. Take the hands forward, slowly come to stand. Both feet down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Just lengthen everything back out. Take another breath in. Exhale, release the hands down. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, take the hands down. Halfway lift, turn the feet out. Malasana, one pulsation. Inhale, broaden the chest, lift the crown. Exhale, bow, take the hands down. Straighten the legs, parallel the feet. Now step the right foot back. Bend your left leg generously. Lower the right knee, untuck the toe. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left leg. Slowly start to take the elbows down. Remember, you could have a cushion or blocks or anything to support the elbows, or you could stay up higher. Breathe into that left hip, the glutes. You could have a little bit more juice in this by curling under the back toe, energizing the back leg. Reach the crown away from your heel. If it's ever too much, just lower the back leg and back out a bit. When you're ready, slowly start to walk the hands back in. Take the left hand to the outside of the left leg. Walk the left foot over to the right side of your mat. Carefully bend your left leg, lower your left hip, and then you're going to bend your right leg. Notice the legs are at a double stag again, or both bent legs. Feet flexed. Try to square the chest over the front leg. Inhale. When you're ready to exhale, take the elbows down or just start to lean forwards over that front leg. Take several breaths, breathing into that left hip. The hip opening practice, you could really just take your time, slow this right down if you need to. This whole practice could go for an hour and a half if I really wanted it to, but you get bored. Maybe take it a little bit lower to the earth. Now remember that this is a good place to be. But if you did think about straightening your back leg and like the other side, your left hip didn't lift, you could go to the full pigeon pose. But remember the left hip, it stays grounded. That's a lot deeper. But because these are beginner series, it's probably best just to keep that back leg at a bent angle. Just a couple more breaths here. Remember, we're breathing space into the hip, letting go of sometimes years of tension. When you're ready, you'll slowly walk the hands back up. Swing your right leg around. Step your right foot just to the left side of your left leg. Try to ground your right hip down. That could be a lot for a lot of people. Feel free to just extend that left leg straight. Hug the right arm in with, or the right leg in with your left arm and sit tall. So drawing in and descending that right hip there, you'll breathe some space into the hip. Breath just travels in and out of the nose. The mind stays calm. When you're ready, you can gently release. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let the knees be wide. Feel free to sit on a cushion or a blanket. Now, the heels can come in closer, Baddha Konasana, or the feet can go a little further away in the modified version. Could be enough to just stay here, hold the ankles and lift the chest. Maybe you want to take it a little bit into a forward fold, bringing this calming element into the practice. Not necessary to touch the head onto the feet. You could just prop yourself up onto your elbows, rest your head in your hands, or relax the neck, relax the jaw. Breathe space into your body. Just a couple more breaths here. Slowly come up. Place the soles of your feet down flat, and then slowly make your way onto your back. You can hug your knees in when you get down to the floor. Now we'll take a figure 4, so let's all bring the right ankle on top of the left leg. The right hand's going to press into the right thigh. Then reach your right arm through the gap between your legs. And you could use a towel if you need to, or just interlace your fingers at the back of your left leg, so at the left hamstring. Flex both feet. Press your elbow now into your right thigh and draw that left leg closer into your chest. Press your shoulder blades down and try to keep the back of your neck nice and long. Breathe into your right hip and your right glute. Try to relax the jaw. Reclining pigeon or reclining figure 4. Nice one to just want to stay in for quite a while. When you're ready, gently release your left foot back to the floor, then your right foot back to the floor. We'll just do the other side. Left ankle on top of the right leg, figure 4. Left hand presses in left thigh. Just move that left thigh away from the left shoulder. That could be enough for a lot of people, or you could thread your left hand through the gap between your legs and interlace your fingers, or grab a strap or towel. Now start to press your left arm or your elbow into your left thigh, moving that left thigh away from you. Then at the same time, you're drawing the right knee in a little closer towards your chest. The shoulder blades press down. You're trying to keep the head in the floor. Feel free to put a cushion under the head if you want. Press your shoulder blades down. Breathe into the hip. Breathe into the glutes. Remember, it's the breath that's the key to opening the body. Couple more breaths here. When you're ready, slowly release your right foot, then your left foot. Hug both knees in and just draw circles around with the knees. Big circles. Circle it the other way. Then And bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. The feet are in the floor. Bring the left hand on the heart, the right hand on the belly. Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining cord or bound angle. Try to spread the back of the pelvis into the floor. Keep the shoulder blades relaxed, everyone. Just let the back of the neck be nice and long. Now, there's a lot of hip stretches. We could really make this video really long. I'm trying to keep it a lot shorter for you. There's a lot more we could do. I just want to finish in this position, everyone. Nice, relaxing, calming, grounding position to finish in. Take about 3 to 5 more very deep breaths. Release any gripping of tension in the jaw, the shoulders, the inner thighs, the hips. Let the glutes relax. And the whole body just kind of melts into the mat. Very relaxed. Now, before we make our way back up to a seat, if you'd like to just hug your knees into your outer ribs, or a happy baby pose sometimes is good, to reach up and either hold the shins or hold the outsides of the feet. The arms are just tucked in on the insides of your legs, and your feet are about hip distance apart, maybe a bit wider, the ankles above the knees. You try to press the shoulders down, release the tailbone down. It's kind of like Malasana, our squat position. And when you're ready, just rock up to sit. Now you might be comfortable to sit in a cross-legged position now the hips are open. If not, just sit anyway is comfortable. Now bring your hands together in front of your heart. Just acknowledge this time and this effort you created for yourself, just to step on your mat, to find space in the body and to move and to breathe. That's the most important thing you've done, create time for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave any comments in the section below. Any requests, I'm happy to answer them. Namaste.